Sevilla won the 2023 Europa League, and to the eyes of the average football fan that would suggest they're doing pretty good. Anyone following Spanish football will know that's not true, because over the last 2 years it's been two very poor, disappointing seasons. Last year only really saved by that Europa League win. Last season they finished 12th. To the standards the club has set, that's just not good enough, and this season, well, it's just been disastrous because they currently sit 16th, 1 point off the relegation zone. In this video I'm going to be explaining what has happened to Sevilla. If you do enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you are new, and if you want to support the channel that extra bit more, feel free to become a channel member. In just 2023, Sevilla had 4 different managers, which just shows you how bad of the form was. Starting off with sacking Sampaoli in March, Jose Luis Mendilibar was the one who had the longest spell in charge with 200 days. He was the one that guided them to the Europa League win, picked up a bit of form towards the end of the season, and that's the reason they got as good as 12th. But ultimately a poor start to the season ended in his sacking. By match day 3 they were bottom of the table. Diego Alonso was then brought in October and he was sacked in December, and the current manager Quique Sanchez Flores has been in charge for 2 months, and results definitely haven't changed in his time being there, because they've only won 3 games since he's arrived, and some of the losses include a 5-1 battering by Girona. It gets to the point where you think maybe it's the players, not the managers. But why is this? Well, Sevilla are 90 million euros in debt, so in the summer they had to label every single one of their players for sale. They couldn't sign anyone, so the squad could make no overall improvements unless it was free transfers. Admittedly they did spend 32 million euros, but most of the transfers they actually paid for were to bring in younger, less experienced players, because in 22-23 they had the 3rd oldest La Liga squad. They did sign one experienced player on a free transfer, that was Sergio Ramos, returning to his boyhood club at the age of 37. That's not really going to send fear into your opposition. Maybe 5-10 years ago, but right now Sergio Ramos is nowhere near the player he once was. Jesus Corona would leave the club going back to Mexico, and most significantly Bono would join Al Hilal. One of their best players, such a reliable goalkeeper, was now leaving the club for just 20 million euros. And just recently Ivan Rakitic left the club to join one of the Saudi teams. You don't care which club because they're all irrelevant. It's not like Sevilla have a great squad anyway, because if you were to ask me which one of these players should definitely be playing Champions League football, I would say En-Nesyri and maybe Acuna on his day. That's probably it. So admittedly I don't think they should be challenging for the title by any means, but I never thought Sevilla should be doing that anyway. But they shouldn't be 16th with 17 points after 22 games. It isn't just one bad season, it's been 2 bad seasons, because the Europa League win overshadowed a bad season last year. They finished 12th, and they only finished 12th because they went on a little bit of a run of games towards the end of the year. This season things have gotten worse. They're out of Europe, so there's no Europa League to save them, and even if they do go on a run, the max they're going to get is 10th, and that's if Sevilla dramatically improve. If Sevilla get slightly worse, they're going to be relegated. I mentioned at the start of the video, they are 1 point off 18th, the relegation zone. It's very realistic for Sevilla to be playing in the 2nd division of Spain next season, and with the players they have, that really isn't good enough. I know I said they aren't really a brilliant team, they don't have an amazing squad, but they should at least be in the top 10, not in the bottom 5. And the problem is they can't just reinvest in January, sign a few players to really help them push back up the table and have a good season next year, because they are in debt. My solution to this problem is at all costs stay up, grind out results, doesn't matter, just at least stay in the Liga. Then in the summer sell En-Nesyri for a big amount of money. He's a quality striker, he's only 26, and reinvest that money into young, hungry players, because Sevilla have an aging squad that isn't getting much better, and at the current stage they're at, they can't get much worse. I do really hope Sevilla don't get relegated, purely because I don't want to see Sergio Ramos end his career by getting relegated. I know I've said a lot of bad things about him in this video, but he is one of my favourite players ever, so it would be a sad way to see him go. But anyway, let me know what you think in the comments. Will Sevilla stay up or will they go down? Let me know what you think. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you are new. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.